Hey, hello everyone again. Here's Joe. I'm a bag, jewelry, and watch collector. I also authenticate Hermes bags for bag investors, auction houses, and bag resellers. As promised, I will be talking about another bag, Hermes bag model today, the Victoria. The Victoria bag, what I have is a 35. I'm traveling with it. As again, I'm traveling in France, countryside now. I don't have a lot of bags with me, so I'll be reviewing the bags that I have for the moment, just to get this channel up and running. And when I get home, I promise I will present you more bags in a more in a better order, because now it's a bit random what I present you. Yeah, but I think it makes sense for me to talk about this model now, because it is not a full leather bag, because inside the lining is actually fabric. I have a pillow here just to keep the shape. It's the same fabric as in made in Hermes dust bags. It's called herringbone cotton. So I think it has a special name. I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter, right? So this bag, it's a very famous model, the Victoria. It has a lot of variations. This Victoria standard model, it has a thinner version. It has like a more horizontal, lengthy version. It has size 45 in fabric and leather combined. But the most sold one, I think, is the 35, because it's a perfect weekend bag size, and I do use this one a lot for traveling, because it actually, this part, I would turn this and then do this and run it through the luggage handle, so it sit pretty well there on the carry-on luggage. So the reason why I want to talk about this bag now is because of the stitching. Again, I do not want to be another just bag reviewer talking about how much I love a bag in a very subjective way. I will try to explain a little bit the making of the bag, and so it helps you to identify, authenticate certain bags that you can come across on the secondary market. So this one, as I mentioned, the Hermes bags are not fully hand stitched. If the definition of hand stitching is you use your hands with 2 needles without the help of a machine, like automated machinery, so you run them through to do the what they call the saddle stitches. So this bag, from what I see, has no hand stitch at all. It's all machine stitched. The machine is guided by human hands. That's why Hermes still call it hand stitched bags. I think it's just playing games with semantics. But again, I have no problem with hand stitching or machine stitching. They're just different. This I think certain bag models, like all the bags without leather lining, they are mostly made with machines. Sorry, they are mostly sewn on machines. They are made by artisans, of course. And yeah, so I actually noticed 2 types of stitching here. One is here, you can see it here, all this part. You can see it's slanted, right slanted stitches, which is machine stitching. And but on the back, as you can see, it's actually a straight line. This is very similar to the Louis Vuitton bag that I reviewed last time. I will show you. Here, maybe here you can see it very well. So on one side, it's slanted, right top to left bottom, and on the other side it's just a line. The Louis Vuitton ones, they you can't even see stitch to stitch, like the spaced, but the Hermes one always does this spacing thing, at least on this one. So yeah, that's yeah. What's interesting about, oh yeah, this bag, of course, as a lot of people can see, it's a tube color. It's a classic color of Hermes, and it's I think it's Clémence or it's Togo leather. So with this type of grainy leather, the line that we talked about, besides the stitching, they tend to disappear over time, but we can still see a little bit. For example, on those places without much tension, normally it keeps pretty well. The line, you can see it here, here, you can see the line, right? And then also here, can you see it? The line is still present here, and also here it's very, oh no, with this light you don't really see it very well. Yeah, you see it maybe this way. The line is still there. Again, why there's a line? There's a lot of discussion online. I know, in fact, it's not only aesthetics, not to guide the stitching so they can be more aligned. This is actually a very functional use of it. Again, I won't be talking about it now because it's so complicated and it takes some demonstration to explain. So we can see that yeah, maybe you are tired of me talking about the stitches now by now, but I do want to mention that the of a bag making, handbag making, the stitch is what takes most time, and it's also what demonstrates the best the craftsmanship. So I will continue to talk about that. Here it's the same. You can see on one side it's slanted. Whichever side you see, sometimes you say, oh, you just turn it over, then it's the other side. No, it's always right slant, right? On the other side, it's a straight line. It's a straight line. It is not the case for example, this we call it a clochette de clé, because it looks like a, you know, the bell, right? Clochette. So under which you have the keys. I will just run it quickly here. All the Hermes keys and locks, they are numbered. Hold on, I'll just get this. They are numbered. The key number should always match the lock number, of course. That makes sense. Louis Vuitton does the same, actually, but Louis Vuitton has actually a limited, I think Hermes too, limited numbers of locks. You can actually go back and ask for the keys if you lose them. So this is 161. Here you can see it's 161. Yeah. And it's actually quite important that when you come across bag, you just put the keys inside and you can feel how it goes in. The authentic one should feel actually quite, it's almost like it's sucking it in. It's almost like it's sucking it in. And you open it. I'll do it again. You open it. This sound is different from authentic one to a non-authentic one. I'm sorry, this is very subjective, and you actually have to come across a lot of bags and do this a lot to really notice the difference. But once you notice it, it's pretty obvious. It's more crisp, it's clearer, and yeah. Also, actually, here the real Hermes log, this part inside, this slope here, they look different. Yeah. I will not be talking too much about this because, again, this is not an authentication tutorial. There are quite a lot of them online. So if you're really interested, you can go there and have a look. Again, when you authenticate a bag, it's not about one thing which decides it's a real one or not. It's really together, like of a lot of details to judge its conformity. If it's even sometimes it's not 100%, like there are certain details which might look a bit off, but you have to put it into the context of the time of the making of the bag, how many years this bag has been used or loved, which kind of possible modification or repair it has been through. So it's a very complex thing with pre-loved bags. With new bags, it's so much easier. You can actually tell it pretty easily. So yes, the Victoria bags, they have different studs. They have 5, and they are not, they're like rounded, like semi-sphere. So they're different from the Birkin and Kelly, which are like flat bottomed. So on the inside part of it, yeah, you have the logo here, and now you have the blind stamp here. It's a very old bag. Yeah, there are people who actually are obsessed too, like even authenticators with the blind stamps. I personally don't take too much like importance of it. This one must have it somewhere. This one has it. Oh, it has it here. I don't know if you can see it has it here. And then the evening I showed you has it. Normally it's here. Oh yeah. People tend to analyze the shape of every stamp and how it's made and everything. I think this is not really the best way to authenticate a bag because, again, this is not very difficult to coin. So when a bag like this is used for a really long time, as I mentioned, for example, the handles, you see it's already a bit distorted because of the tension that I put. Because it's a travel bag, it's very heavy. So the line here, the line beside the stitchings, they would completely disappear. This is completely normal. You don't see it here, it's normal. If you see it here, it's not normal. A bag of this age and this usage. But again, here, it doesn't take any tension, so it should be there. And also the clochette, of course, it should be there. There's even no stitching here, so the line is not to assist the stitching. We can definitely rule that out, right? So yeah, so this is the Victoria 2. It has also the version with a small tag, travel tag. I don't find that very useful. It's actually not bad as a bag because sometimes I would, when I leave this my luggage at a hotel reception before the check-in time or after checkout, I would actually lock it like this and lock it with a key. And I have a strap on the suitcase. I would just lock this and lock my bag to the suitcase, so no one can separate them. So those are the design details of a travel bag that I really appreciate. It's like the Louis Vuitton bag that I reviewed last time. I forgot to tell you. There are also some details I really like. For example, it's this one, huh? It's the Portefeuille Wearable Gaston. And that's the official name. So when you close it, actually, if I'm at a place with a lot of people, I would actually do this. So the zipper is completely blocked, though people won't be able to open it like without me noticing. I think those are very small design details that helps us while traveling, and I do like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. You see here on the edge here, this is a tournée. It's a retourné bag. I talked about the Cellier and the retourné, right? So the caddy, just Google caddy Cellier and caddy retourné. You will see the difference. This is a typical retourné way of making it. They stitch on the other side and then they turn it over. Hermes actually add this leather piece here to make it more beautiful. It is very beautiful, but it's also sometimes the places where you get the most scuffing, and then also this can actually break. So when the leather break, there's a small tube inside, it will get revealed, and then you have to repair it, either by Hermes or better by Hermes, right? So this is the making detail of the bag that I want to tell you. I think for the how I use it, because I don't use it very carefully. For these bags, especially when I travel with, if it has to be on the floor, it will be on the floor. If it has to be, well, in the airplane, I'm always kicking it around. I actually put it under my feet, just for some foot support. So yeah, it keeps its shape pretty well. Yes, so thank you very much for watching my fourth video and for staying with me. Again, every time I try to share a little bit of my knowledge on the bag authentication and the bag making, well, leather goods making. So if you like my video, just like it and follow my channel. You can see the line here is very, very visible. Actually, just, yeah, it's very, very visible. That's very nice. Oh, the clochette, I never really try to open it. Oh, I can't open it. It's yeah, just you know that the clochette for caddy and Birkin, they're different. They are sewn here, 2 pieces sewn here, and this part of stitches, when I go back and I have my Birkins and caddies, I will show you. Sometimes it's machine stitched, sometimes it's hand stitched. It really depends on the artisan. And also there are people say all the exotic leathers are hand stitched. Well, I can tell you it's not true either. So don't believe those things just because someone said that. You have to see the stitches yourself and decide. Yep, thank you very much, and you have a nice day.